Hey, today on Don's Empty Kitchen, onion rings and deep fried cheese. Also, I will tell you that I had a little trouble with the cameras. It's not as great as it should be, but it will be better next time, I swear. Anyway, join the Auntie Chef and we'll see you soon. Hey, and welcome to Don's Empty Kitchen. How are you today? I am Don, the Auntie Chef, and I guess I owe you guys an explanation why it's been a while. I was on medication for a while. My doctor put me on a new medication that totally kicked my ass. I was doing nothing but sleeping 23 hours a day, and the doctor said give it like 3 weeks for your body to get used to it. Well, I gave it a month, and I was still doing nothing but sleeping. So what I did was I said, screw it, I don't need it. I'd rather be a little depressed and a little manic once in a while than to sleep my life away. So for you, those fans of mine, thank you for all the well wishes. Thank you for all the what's going on and everything, and wondering what's going on in my life. And I appreciate it very much, and I thank you very much. Today we're going to start a new regiment, and we're going to start with just some simple onion rings, some homemade onion rings, and homemade fried cheese, grilled deep fried cheese. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to get that started right now. All right. So as you can see here, and I'm going to switch cameras here so you guys can see a little better. Okay. Yeah, as you can see here, I've got the onion rings already. The onion rings already ready. I've got the syrup. Hello, why is this not showing up? Is this even on? Hello. And maybe, and I'm thinking for next week we're going to try and do the mother sauces for because even if you're just a home cook and you have an empty kitchen like I do, if you have a basic understanding of the mother sauces, you can make all kinds of meals with just those. So let me switch the camera here so we can focus on what we're going to do today, okay? My phone is not that sensitive. Okay, so here we got fresh cut onion rings. This was just 2 big onions, and it was fresh cut about 5 minutes ago. So you want to keep the moisture in those because you want to drudge them. And our drudging is just plain flour, which is down here. We have what should be corn flakes, but I don't have corn flakes. I have frosted flakes, so it's going to be a little sugary, which means that they're going to turn out a little darker than I want them to, but that's okay. And this is just plain garlic salt, garlic powder, and onion powder, and paprika on top of a pancake mix. There, I finally got it right. Okay, so I might have to change to like a pair of tongs later on, but I'm going to try and do these by hand at first. So what we're going to do is we're going to drudge these in the flour first. And you always put in flour first because flour sticks better than anything else. It picks up any kind of little bit of moisture, so it will coat everything perfectly all the way around. Okay, and then we're going to dip it in our drudgery, and we're going to, that might seem a little thick for now, but believe me, we're going to be glad we made it thick when it comes to, okay, and then we're just going to lay that in our powder and our cornflake mix, and just give it a little, dusting all the way around, and give it a really good shake because you don't want this coming off in your grease, especially if you want to use your grease again. And there is one of our onion rings. So I'm going to go ahead and do this for the rest of the onion rings, and then we'll do the cheese, and then we'll fry it up, okay? So just bear with me. I'm going to put you guys on pause until I'm finished doing this. So we put it in the powder, give it a good shake. Then we put it in our drudgery, I don't know what to call it, pancake mix. I'm calling it drudgery, okay? And we give that a good, like we get rid of all the extra and let it drip here rather than, and you'll notice I'm putting it on a wire rack on top of an oven tray because I don't want to make a mess. So the wire rack is so that anything can drip through, you know, and doesn't add like a big coating on one side or something like that, you know. And then let's give that a shake, and then we'll put that there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this, and we'll be right back. Okay. Hey guys, well, I'm back. Okay, so I got most of the dredging done for the well, I got the onion rings done anyway, so we'll take a look at those. And I've got a baker's dozen, which is 13. I'm going to save the rest of this for later. I'm just making this video quick for now. And we're going to, now I'm going to do the cheese. So, what we're going to do with cheese, the trick with the deep frying cheese to actually get a cube out of it, rather than a big pile of mush, keep your cheese in the freezer for as long as you can. This has been in since about 6 o'clock this morning, so it's pretty much frozen. So we're going to drudge in the powder, and I got a spoon for the cheese because I don't think I'm going to be able to do it by hand. And we went in the flour, now we go in the and we get the cheese completely covered. And then we drop it in our mix. And then we take a dry, clean hand and we pour our powder, our cornflakes over it. Now, if you're wondering how much I used here, I didn't really measure it out that much. I used about 3 cups of cornflakes, a half cup of flour, and about a cup of pancake mix. And there's one of our blocks of cheese. So, and we put it in our drudgery, and give it a good coloring, give it a good coating. I might actually put a little more water in there, just a wee bit. And it's coming out a little too thick. I mean, I do want it thick, but I want it to come out like almost like balls. You know, like chicken balls, the Chinese chicken balls, but more square shaped. Shake it off. And there's 2 bricks of cheese. And I'm going to go ahead and get this started, and then I'll be back, okay? All right. Okay, so I'm back, and so let's switch over to the other camera here. And again, it's frozen again for some reason. Okay, well, there's our cheese and onion rings. Like I said, I'm just doing a temporary one. I'll finish it up either tonight or tomorrow. I got a company coming soon, so if they want to make some onion rings, then we can. And I'm going to turn this down to 5. And we're going to give that a few minutes to heat up. And I just got a plain pan of oil. I took the wire rack out because I'm going to use my spider to put things in and take them out. And for those of you who are wondering what a spider is, it is this thing right here, which it's called a spider because it looks like a spider web. So I think I'll start with the onion rings. And what I'll do is I'll put them around gently, around inside the spider, because I don't want them touching, because I don't want them to stick together. I'm just going to do a few at a time. And that oil is nice and hot, so we're going to go ahead and flip those in. Yeah, and they're crisping up nicely. Maybe I'll just use a spider to take them out, because there's not enough oil in there for it to dip in and then pull out. So, and in fact, what I need is a pair of chopsticks, but I don't have any. And I can fit one more in there. Okay. So I'd use my phone to show you guys this, but unfortunately I've got it hooked up to the software I'm using to record this. So you're just gonna have to take my word for it. But they're boiling nicely, you know, they're not really getting too dark. They're nicely coated. I can see some bare spot of onion, but that's my fault. You know, this is a kind of a mixture where you start off real thick and then try a few, and if it's too thick and you're getting bare spots, you add just a tiny bit of water and mix it up. And then if it's still too thick, you add a little more water, but be very careful with the water, because once you add too much water and then it's too thin, and this is almost too thin. You see how I'm getting a pour out of that instead of a drip? So that's almost, well, that is a little too thin. But it worked for the cheese, so. But anyway, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you just use a little bit of water at a time, and then drudge your onion and do one at a time and see which ones come out. And then once you get a perfect one, leave things alone. Don't touch it anymore. Just start working on it from there. Oh, these are looking nice. These are looking really good. And I'm going to just go ahead and put it back on the rack that I started them on once they're done. And this shouldn't take any more than a minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes. You know, depending on your stove and your oil. And I've got mine set at 5. Because this is a small apartment, I really can't have it too high, because it will set off the smoke detectors. And then everybody has a terrible time, right, listening to that. So, but that one's done. That little one that went in first. Oh no, okay. Yeah, don't be afraid to flip them, okay? You may not have to, but if you feel you want to flip them, go ahead. Again, I wish I had a pair of chopsticks to do this with. I had a job when I was 15. I worked at a donut shop, and believe me, I can flip things in grease with chopsticks. Yeah. Making all the crullers, having to flip them over like this. I had no knuckles for like half a year. Like no skin on my knuckles, because I was always so close to the grease I'd burn my hands. But yeah, those are looking good. So I'm going to pull those ones out. And we're just going to set them over here and separate them so they don't stick together, unlike Harvey's or A&W. A&W has the best onion rings, by the way. I really do believe that. Okay. Except for, you know, if you go to Chinese food restaurants, they normally don't have onion rings on the menu, but if you ask them, you know, you might get lucky. And well, my dad, we when he went to school, every week we'd go across the street from his school to this little Chinese food place. So we were known there, and I was kind of a bit of an idiot as a kid, and I said, I don't really like, Chinese food. And the owner used to make me a hot chicken gravy sandwich with onion rings, and it was so good, like the best I've ever tasted. Now, unfortunately, I don't know what happened to that restaurant because after Dad graduated from school, we never went back there again, unfortunately, because it was way out in the other end of town. So, and I'm going to try some fried cheese at the same time. So we're going to put in a couple of fried cheeses. And they're still cold. They're still cold from the freezer. I'm sorry, but this one's calling my name. It's just so perfect. Ha, ha. Mmm. Mmm. Oh, good. And crunchy. I can taste the paprika and the garlic powder and the onion powder. Mmm. I don't know if you can hear this or not, but listen to that crunch. Like it. Oh, I got 2 onion rings stuck together. And there's one of my fried cheeses. It's a little melted. I guess I missed that side. Ooh, hot. Okay. All that can come out. That's all ready. And it's all getting crushed under the spider because the oil's not deep enough in the pan. Separate them if I can. The cheese squares, which are not really cheese squares anymore. Okay, so let's put these in, but we'll separate them in the spider and then we'll put them in. There we go. So let's try one of these deep fried cheeses. And again, the batter is so crispy. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it's so crispy. Ha! Oh my God. So good. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off because they're almost done. And I'm not putting any more on for right now. See, I told you I got 2 stuck together. So. And I think I'm going to have 2 pieces of cheese stuck together here because I just noticed. No? Okay, good. Okay, and that one's done. That one's done because it's a little smaller piece of cheese. So that's nice and crispy. Put that over there. And those two are done. We'll put these over there. And we'll get this one. Okay. So, there are our onion rings and deep fried cheese. And I did it in the second camera, but apparently it's frozen. I don't know what's going on. I'll have that fixed by next week, guys. So anyway, that's our little snack, and I just wanted to show you that, whoops, accidents happen. Never be ashamed or embarrassed over an accident in the kitchen. It always happens to everybody. So don't worry about it, and don't let it bother you, and don't let it ruin your day. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this up. And while I do that, I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. I'm going to tell you that you have value, you have worth, and you deserve a place in this world. So find that one thing that's going to get you out of bed every day and do it. And don't let anybody tell you any different either. And don't let any doctor tell you to take pills that's going to put you to sleep for like the rest of your life. All right, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Hey, I hope you liked the video, and like, subscribe, and share. And remember, if you really like us, we got a Patreon below. One last thing I'd like to say is you have value, you have worth, and you deserve a place in this world. So find that one thing that's going to get you out of bed in the morning and do it. And don't let anybody tell you any different either. Hey, I'm Don the Anti-Chef, and I'm pulling for you. All right, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.